Good morning, children. I have a question for you this morning. How many of you have a pet at home? You have a pet? Named Sugar? And what do you have? You have a dog? And what do you have?
A cat and a dog.
Cat and a dog. Well, very good. Well, Grandpa has a little fluffy dog, Sugar. And my granddaughter loves this little fluffy dog. One evening, the little fluffy dog went outside. And you know what she did? She rolled in it. She found some stinky stuff. And she rolled and rolled, and she was a stinky mess. But she didn't know she was a stinky mess. She wanted to come in the house and run and jump and play, and I said, oh, no. The little harness she was wearing, they had to take that off and throw that away. And she went upstairs and plop into the bathtub. And then it was scrub, wash, get all the stinky off. Well, Jesus told a story about a young man. And he went to his father and he said, in essence, I'm tired of waiting for you to die. Give me my inheritance now. And his father did. The young man took off. Pretty soon, his money was gone. And then his friends were gone. And the only job he could get was feeding pigs. Now, when Grandpa was young, Grandpa was around farms where they had pigs. And I want to tell you something. If you're taking care of pigs and you're in there with the pigs, it's not very long until you smell like a pig and you are stinky. Pretty soon he thought, this is stupid. I'm going to go home and at least maybe I can ask my daddy for a job. Yeah, stupid means it's not very smart to stay here feeding pigs. I'm going to go home and ask my daddy for a job. And as he started coming home, his father saw him, and he ran up, and he put a robe around him. He's back in the family. And that night, his father gave a party for the whole village. Now, the Bible doesn't tell us very much about what happened between the robe and the party. But I think there was a lot of scrub, and wash, and get the stinky off. Well, you know, when we come to Jesus, he puts his robe around us. We're back in the family. But we're stinky, and sometimes we don't even know we're stinky. And when we get to heaven, God's going to throw a huge party for the whole universe. But between the robe and the party, there's a lot of scrub, wash, get all the stinky off. So that when we come to heaven, God says, look at them. They're beautiful. They're perfect. But how does he do that? Well, Jesus said, my words are life. And by reading his words, the Bible, that brings his life. And then in the New Testament, it says that we're washed in his blood. Well, blood in the Bible is a symbol for life. So Jesus washes us with his life. His life fills us and begins to flow into us. Yeah, just a minute. Begins to flow into us and scrub, wash, until all of the stinky is gone. And Jesus says, look at them. They're beautiful. And the little dog, he did sleep in my bed that night. Have a happy Sabbath. You can say hi. Okay. Okay.